So today I'm at my local archery store, and what I have planned is I'm bringing that bow that you saw that I purchased recently, the Mathews V3. I'm going to take it to this local archery shop that I bought it from. Going to do some few things to it, get it tuned, sighted, get my peephole adjusted, perhaps purchase some additional accessories so it'll help me shoot those tighter groups. So let's go see what we can get done today. Hey, what's up, man? How are you? I had a bag of some shit.
I hate those things. Like it already came with service separation.
Yes. Well, close to 60, huh?
60. Well, on this scale is about a pound heavy. What do you want it on?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess I'm going to rely on your expertise when you see me pull. If you think that's good enough.
Can you draw it? Just
Oh yeah, no problem. Maybe 65 max, I guess, would be okay, right?
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add 5 pounds to it.
I've been working out, man.
You have? I got a 100 pound goal. You want to draw back?
Yeah.
Joking.
What did y'all pull it at? 94?
95?
95?
So Rich just drew it back on his little machine. He says the timing is pretty good.
Timing is perfect.
And how do you determine if the timing is good?
The string stops.
They're lining with each other when you pull it back?
They both touch at the same time.
Gotcha.
So all that stuff,
Is that just gunk from the arrow?
that is from the target.
Oh,
Dust.
gotcha. So you know I'm not lying, right?
So you see all that, see how that's coming out?
Yeah.
If you're out hunting, that will make noise when you draw the bow. So you always want to get all that out of there.
Good stuff.
It'll whistle. It'll kind of make a little whistle noise when you.
Okay. You just use a toothbrush or something? Gotcha.
When I'm hunting, if I draw my bow and it goes, when I start,
I actually hear that. I do hear that.
Let it
You're
down
right.
And I lick my finger, and I got an arrow in there. I'll lick my finger and stick in there and do like that,
Gotcha.
just so I can make that one shot. But you got to clean that stuff out because it gets dust, and if you think of dust as sand, glass particle, so that arrow is gonna, when it comes across that, it's gonna whistle. It's gonna.
That makes sense. I do hear a whistle. You're absolutely
So
correct.
now, let's go pick you out some arrows.
Let's do it.
F. This is a 27. What did we measure your draw length at?
I want to say 27 and a half, maybe?
It's F, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
All right, I tell you what. Let me see one of your other arrows. Do you want to stay with the same arrow, or do you want?
No, I was actually looking more into the Easton Axis match grade. You got some of those?
Nope. But I got a better arrow if you're gonna hunt.
Okay. I kind of want to stick with the Easton brand just because I watch a lot of internet, and Easton looks like it's pretty cool.
I'll tell you the difference.
Okay.
Here's the main difference in these two arrows. 0.001 on the straightness of the Rampage. 0.025 on the ones we carry. The match grade are 0.001, so it's the same as this.
Okay.
These two arrows are the same diameter. They're both 5mm. So
Okay.
when you take these two arrows and you look at them, this arrow weighs a grain per inch lighter than this arrow. But we put a 54 grain half-out stainless steel insert in this one, so it gives you a better FOC. So you get better penetration on the animals that you're
That's what I like
hunting and
to hear. Okay.
I've killed animals with both of these arrows. This one breaks a lot easier than this one does.
Okay. And which one is this right here
This
again?
is the Black Eagle Rampage.
Black Eagle. Okay. This is the same brand what I've been using.
Yeah, same brand. And this
Okay.
is the arrow that all of us shoot.
Gotcha. So that's what you would recommend.
That's
Okay.
what I
All right.
recommend.
If that's what you recommend.
It's just a better grade. Like I say, it's $72.50 for a half dozen Axis, $77.50, so $5 more. So effectively, almost $1 more per arrow. But it's a 0.001.
Okay, if that's what you think.
So Easton is a good arrow. I'll switch from them. because of the FOC on them. You're shooting an insert that's up inside, and now the arrow weighs the same all the way down. So when you hit an animal or anything, you don't get as much because the arrow's through. Gotcha. And for as heavy as the arrow is and everything, they break easy. And I say break, you shoot an animal, like I shoot a lot of coons around my feeders whenever they're tearing up my stuff. So they can turn and bite. I've seen them bite that arrow in half, and they can't that one.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Good
They
deal.
still damage that one because their damn teeth are so sharp.
Would you recommend this going shorter or the same length?
No, what we're going to do is your draw length did not change.
Okay.
So the arrow has to stay the same.
Okay.
So we cut these at 28. So your bow is a 27-inch draw length. On the Rampage, instead of cutting it at 28, I'm going to cut it at 27 and a half. Because it carries.
This will make a wonderful restoration job. Okay. You know.
And that's the insert. Okay,
That's the
gotcha.
insert.
To give it a bit of FOC.
Right. So but it's a half-inch long outside of the arrow.
Okay.
So it'll be cut. They'll both be the same length. So that they're right there, but you can see that arrow's got to be cut back here.
Gotcha.
So it's a half-inch.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
You can find pieces that need just.
So you want to go with a half dozen of those guys?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
If that's what you recommend. Thank you, sir. So shooting these arrows on that new draw, the draw weight, it would pretty much snap these, right? You're saying?
No, but if you look at this, how flexible
Yeah.
that is. So if you ever damage one of these arrows,
Okay.
like if you hit it with another arrow or something like that, then what's going to happen is whenever you shoot, this arrow's going to flex.
I see.
And if there's a bad spot on it, it'll break. And then you have about that much arrow still on the string, still going, and the back of your hand is its target.
Gotcha.
It's not
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yellow or orange? Red. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're talking about the fletching?
Yeah.
Let's do orange. I like orange. Orange looks good.
So if we take these two arrows,
And this is a 340, you said?
350.
350.
It's
Gotcha.
just the manufacturer.
Okay.
So if you look at this, it's kind of hard to do. But if you take this arrow
Oh yeah, I can totally
and
tell.
then this arrow,
That
it's
has more
different.
stiffness. Yep. Okay.
So
Gotcha.
when you shoot your bow, the arrow has to flex because the front moves before the back.
Okay.
Come forward. So if the arrow flexes, then it stays in line.
Oh, I see.
Okay. If it's too stiff and it doesn't flex, then it does this and it's not going to get a good grip.
Oh,
If
gotcha.
it's too soft, then it does this and it's flexing too much, it can be unhealthy.
Gotcha.
We don't want that.
Right. And you said these are 50 grain insert? You said?
54.
54 grain insert. All right. So what weight broadhead would you recommend?
100 grain.
100 grain. Okay, gotcha.
That's what all the stats and everything on the specs on this arrow are based on 100 grain.
Gotcha.
I'm just making they make two different sizes of these.
So what are we doing now?
We are checking the level on the arrow because we've changed diameters of the arrow. So when we set this bow up, we set it for an arrow that has a 19/64 diameter, and now we have a 17/64. We do this, and then we check. What arrows are you shooting?
You going on a TV show or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Last time
I'm
you
on
were
Nick's.
show,
I'm on Nick's YouTube.
I didn't know they were playing cops, to be honest. Last time I saw that.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I survived that one, so I'm okay now. So we loosen this guy right here. Okay, and then we take this little dial right here, and we do that.
Trying to get that bubble leveled.
And then we tighten this guy back, and everything is perfect.
That's funny. This is another thing I wanted to talk to you about. It's probably me in form, but when I am setting up to shoot, this is always leaning more towards this side. And I
See
feel
where
like, and I
see where that bubble is right now?
yeah, it's level,
It's
right?
in the level. It's
Yes,
level.
yes, yeah, I see
So
it. I
when
see it.
if it's not level when you shoot, that means you are torquing the bow.
And what does that mean exactly?
That means you have the bow. So when you take this bow and you come back to full draw, so with this bow sitting here, when you're sitting at full draw, see how that bubble's right in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay? You're doing this. You're kinking
Exactly,
the
that's
boat.
what I'm doing.
You're doing that. So this hand is pushing the boat, torquing the boat.
Okay.
That's one of the things you need to practice with. So we can take your arrows when we go out there at full draw. When you come back here in full draw, that bubble should be in the middle. So you want to practice, seeing what you have to do to make that bubble be in the middle, and you may find that whenever you're sitting right here, which side is the bubble on?
Yeah, more like that. Yeah.
See how my hands turn like this? So you're going to have to force yourself to lower that elbow and to bring that over.
Then
so
that's
that
what
it
I've
sits
been
there.
doing.
And
That's what I've been doing.
If you practice that enough, it'll get to the point where when you draw the boat, it automatically does that. Because when you have an animal out there, you are not going to pay attention to the bubble a lot of times, and you're just going to shoot. And if you look at it, I got an arrow down here and I got a pin way up here. So if I'm sitting like this, my pin is not over my arrow. That means my pin is to the right of the arrow. So when I take that pin and move it to the left to get it on the bullseye where I want it, I move my arrow to the left, so now my arrow's going to hit to the left. But if I'm sitting straight up when I shoot, now the pin is in the bullseye and it's dead over the arrow, so now the arrow's going to go right straight.
That makes so much sense.
Your left and right are going because of how much you're canting the boat, leaning the boat.
And I've seen some of my shots go left.
And a lot of times it can be just a lean where you're just standing like this.
Okay,
this would be more like torque.
Okay.
So see how I can take this boat and I can grab it like this. Now I'm torquing the heck out of it, and it's going to point that way. So when I pull back, my arrow's going to kick. So
interesting.
All of that is all part of
technique and all that stuff. Yeah. Interesting.
Let's take this guy
and
bring it over and line up.
Is that easy, huh?
And then I'll take and tighten that. So now that won't move. So now see how it'll turn that peep. So if you look at these and lay them down the line like this, you want that loop to be even with that.
Gotcha.
So if that loop is sitting way over there, then when you draw it, it's going to turn. So it's going to turn your peep.
That makes sense.
So we want it to. If it turns, we want it to make sure that it turns our peep the way we want it.
Gotcha.
So now take this right here and open your hand up and put your hand up like you're telling somebody to stop. Like that. Now, see how you move? You're holding that bow over here instead of right here. Okay. So now push on it. Now let your fingers just drop. Just barely drop. Now hit the release to it. Do not just let it push. Like this.
That's different feeling.
Yeah. Now,
even with my finger being up on the arrow,
and we want it down a little bit with your hand. So just let your hand down, just like that. So just your fingers underneath. There you go. Now just push right in the middle and then draw it. Now there's your level.
Oh yeah, it's right in the middle.
And then put another one up. One other thing we're doing. I'm going to help you out on this. So you see what I'm talking about? If your hand's in there right, the bow's going to push and there's going to be torque and it's just going to make it simple up straight. So now draw it. Now take this thing and wrap around that trigger. Reach your finger as far as you can. Let it go. Yeah, now wrap around it without squeezing. Feel the trigger. Feel it. And then when you're ready, just squeeze through it. Don't yank it. Squeeze through the shot. Like that. Because before what you're doing is you're here, your hands like this, and you're slapping. That moves the back end of the arrow. We don't want to move the back end of the arrow. I want to be here, drop my finger all the way around it. So now I'm all the way around it. Now I'm going to do it. You come through the shot. All right? I'll practice that for a little bit. Okay. On deer-sized animals, for something like what you're doing, the weight that you're pulling and everything.
I heard this is a good one. This is a good brand right here.
I would recommend like this guy right here.
Okay.
The weight you're pulling, the arrow you're shooting, this guy gives you is a mechanical, so you don't have to worry about practicing with it. It will shoot the same as your field tip.
Oh, interesting. So if I did something like that,
this guy is a fixed blade, so there's a possibility that he may not shoot the same as your field tip. So if I'm going hunting, I'm going to shoot, and I'm going to shoot a mechanical because I know that cuts away some of the concern, some of the worry about it.
That's interesting.
Because if you shoot like you're talking right now, You shoot an animal at 30 yards, and this arrow hits, this broadhead hits 3 inches different from what your field tip is hitting, and you aim to the right, and it shoots to the right. You just missed your target by 6-7 inches. Not
Wow.
good. This guy's going to hit the same place your field tip does.
So here's the dilemma. I hear a lot of people saying mechanical. There's a lot of inconsistencies. It doesn't open up. Doesn't
Those
do
guys
the.
don't count. I've been shooting these for years, and there's error in every single thing we do.
Okay.
Okay, but it's not going to be in the broadhead. If
Okay.
it doesn't do something, very seldom does a broadhead not perform correctly. Guys will shoot something and say, "Man, I shot that, and broadhead didn't do what it was supposed to," and everything. They made a terrible shot.
I see.
It happens.
I see.
You know,
Okay, so this is what you recommend.
I
huh?
recommend that one.
These, okay. And that's
And there's 4 of those for $42. This one, there's only 3.
And they're the same price, $42. Okay, perfect. All right, let's do these here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I just want to show you guys my journey to become a better bow hunter. I'm a beginner, like I stated earlier in my earlier video, I am a beginner, but I'm trying to learn and grow at the sport and really try to show you my struggles, adversity, and hope you guys are along the way with the ride. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think, and yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one.